Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us for the platform today.
Thank you.
That was an excellent, challenging presentation, if I may say so. But one thing that I wanted to ask you is, what makes you so different? Because the kinds of decisions that you made in governance are not popular.
Well, it's a decision. If you look at what drove me into government, I didn't have time to explain it today. I wasn't a politician. I got annoyed about something. And if you look at my campaign slogan, when I was campaigning, my campaign slogan is Anambra State cost, I weigh the cost. Because kids were out of school for 2 years, and people, like Odisa said, we're not interested in bringing the place down. So I wondered, why are these people behaving like this? We have children who were out of school for 2 years, and people like me were busy training our own children abroad. The consequence that when those from abroad comes back without these people educated, they will eat them alive. Because there's no meeting point. So for me, going in there was to prove a point, and that's what I still do today. I say, what is happening in Nigeria? Why are people happy celebrating in a country where young men and women who have been to school, worked hard, cannot get a job? And you're still partying. For what?
Which leads me to my next question. Do you think that we, the people, encourage these things?
Yes, I think so. I said it. We celebrate them because whenever people say, oh, I don't go for that, and you could see me going from one place to another, saying people are doing Thanksgiving. I want to question, how did this man, local government chairman, who was not doing something yesterday, suddenly became so rich? And what is he thanking God for? For stealing our money?
So how do we then begin to change the mentality of the people?
By refusing to be part of the madness. I once refused to call somebody His Excellency. I'm not a saint. But I told the person who insisted he would come to me, I said, no, to be excellent, at least I went to school. You have to have fair, good, very good, best, and excellent. So if I have to call somebody His Excellency, he would have at least be good. But where I think you're a failure, I can't call you Your Excellency.
Fantastic. And on a final note, sir, what is your message to Nigerians on this independence?
Well, like I said before, my message is that, when they talk about philosopher king, I didn't want to mention I read philosophy. What I do every day is to tell people to reflect on life. Unexamined life is not one living. And that is, how do I go home asking myself, I want to drink a good wine when I know the cost implication? That's why you saw me talk about my daughter. That I wish I can read to people what my daughter sent me 2 days ago. She told me after paying her school fees how lucky she was that she had a father like me, that she was looking at the newspaper and saw people going through barbed wire to a place they think is good, and they think this people could have been me. And that is what I try to tell everybody. Yes, don't think, oh, I finished being governor, I must live in one mansion in Ikoyi or Victoria Land. If those in Ikoyi will live in peace, let them not forget those in Morocco, those in Ajegunle. Otherwise, they won't have peace.
Thank you very much for joining us for this.